Hello everyone, it's Mr. Montgomery again, and today we are on lesson 1-3. I have it underlined at the top. It should be on page 13 in your Robot and Turtle book. Now we have a little story problem that we're starting off with, and we also have 2 cups and a whole bunch of pencils around them. Let's see what they want us to do. So we're going to read the story problem right here, and make sure you're following along. When you remember, guys, when you hear something like important or special, make sure you tell me to stop. All right, so let's go ahead and start reading this. Sarah has 5 pencils. Did you tell me to stop? I hope so, because we saw the number 5. I'm going to circle that because it's pretty special, especially since we're talking about math here. She puts some in the green cup. Now you guys might not think I read a very special word, but I'm telling you I did. It's this word some. And I'll explain in a little bit why that word some is so special. Okay, let's continue. She puts some in the red cup. So I'm going to underline that word some again. It's very important. How many pencils could be in each cup? So this is a math problem that has a lot of different answers. So we have 5 pencils, and that's exactly how many we have here on the table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See? Just count them. We have 5 pencils. Now I want you to take a few of the pencils, and you're going to draw them in the green cup. And then whatever you didn't use, you're going to put the rest in the red cup. And we can do that just by making sticks. Just like that. Make it look like they're sticking out of the cup. Okay? That can be any number you want. You could have 1 pencil, 2 pencils, 3 or 4, and whatever amount of pencils you don't use, go in the red cup. Now, make sure you're not putting all of the pencils in one cup, because they use this word some, right? We read that word some. It does not say puts all of the pencils in one cup, only some. That's why I said you could put 1, 2, 3, or 4 pencils into the green cup. Whatever you don't use goes in the red cup. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to go ahead and draw your pencils in the green and red cup. Now it can be any number as long as they make a total of 5. Alright, so I want you to go ahead and try on your own. Give this a try. Alright, are you all done? If you need more time, that's fine. Just make sure you do me a favor and hit that pause button. You can hit the space bar. That will also pause your video. And then whenever you're ready, just hit the space bar again and it will play. Alright? So now if we wanted to put some pencils in the green cup, so I could put 1 pencil here. Actually, let me take, there we go. Let's say I put in 1 pencil in the green cup. This means I could put 4 in the red cup, right? Because now I still have a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could put 2 pencils in the green cup, and then I would have 3, 4, 5. 3 in the red cup. I was counting on from 2 to make sure I didn't accidentally draw too many. And you can count these lines right now if you would like, and you'll see that there's a total of 5. So we have 2 plus 3 will give us 5. All right, but those aren't the only 2 ways. There's more ways we could make 5. We could say they have 3 over here and just 2 over here. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. We could even say we have 4 maybe in the green cup, and 1 in the red cup. So then 4 plus 1 equals 5. See how no matter how I spread out these pencils, I could put however many I want in the green cup. As long as I put the rest in the red cup, I will always have a total of 5 every single time. So what they were making us do was kind of work backwards in a math problem. So instead of saying blank plus blank equals 5, right? That's what we've been doing the past couple days. What they did instead was a little tricky. They said, let's have 5. Now, break it down into 2 different parts. Do you guys see something similar to what I just wrote here compared to what we usually do? It kind of looks the same, doesn't it? The only difference is they put the big 5 on the wrong side, right? Because we're not finding a total. Instead, we are breaking apart pieces. That's it. We're just taking a big number and breaking into small parts. So I could say 5 equals 1 and 4. Right? Because we just went through that. I could also say 5 equals 2 and 3. Or 3 and 2. Or 4 and 1. Whatever combination you would like to do. Alright, so let's go on to the next page and let's do a couple practice problems together. So now we are on page 14. So you can see that up top they have 7 penguins and they're breaking them apart into different parts. So we have 4 inside the cave. This is one group. And then we have 3 outside the cave. So 4 plus 3 equals 7, right? So we can take 7, have 4 inside. You guys can go ahead and trace this if you want. 7 equals 4 and 3. Because if you add 4 and 3 together, you will have 7. All these penguins right here make a total of 7. Of course, we can take some out, and we'll have different numbers, kind of like what they did in the last one. You can still have a total of 7 penguins by having 5 inside the cave and 2 outside the cave. As long as you are dealing with the same number of penguins and you're just kind of shifting where they are, you will always have the same total. For these penguins, it is 7. Okay. And before we even go on to number 1, I just want to ask you guys this real quick. I want you very carefully make a little cave right here. I'm going to make a little cave. You can go ahead and make a little cave too. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be amazing. And what we're going to do is, it says, could 4 penguins be inside the cave and 4 outside the cave? Why or why not? So I want you to draw that real quick. Go ahead and draw 4 penguins inside the cave and 4 penguins outside the cave. Now, before we answer this question, let's read it again. With 7 penguins, can 4 be outside the cave and 4 be inside? So on your paper, I want you to either write yes or no. Which one is it? Do you think yes, with 7, you can have 4 on the inside and 4 on the outside, or no, we cannot have 4 on the inside and the outside? Did you pick one yet? Did you pick one? Quick, pick one. Write it down on your paper. All right, ready for this? So, I gotta switch colors for this. So, if we only have 7, then the answer is no. We cannot have 4 penguins on the inside and outside. Because watch this. Then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? This is 8. This is not 7. So no, if you only have 7 penguins, 4 cannot be on the inside and the outside. It just doesn't work. It's math. Okay, so I know in your books that number 5 is already kind of done for you, but I wanted to erase that because that just takes some of the fun out of it. I don't know why they do that. It takes some of the fun out. So I like to erase that. So let's see what number we're working with for number 1. We have 5 penguins in all, and what they want us to do is break it into 2 different parts. And we did 5 already. Remember that beginning problem with the pencils and the cups, right? So you guys should already have a good idea how we can break this up. So we're going to use a cave, and we're just going to make some simple shapes, some quick shapes that we did before. Let's do circles. So for 5, we can have 2 on the inside, and we could have 3 on the outside. That's one way we could do it. Ooh. And the one super important thing we can't forget is how we're going to write this out. And I erased those circles for a reason. I'll go back, don't worry. So make sure that we put this 5 first, because this is that big number that they're giving us. So we're going to write that down first, because it's right next to the equal sign. See how this is our big number and it's not hugging the plus sign, right? It's not giving it a big group hug because it's the big total. So it has to go on the other side of the equal sign. And like I said before, we could have 2 on the inside and 3 on the outside. So we could say that 5 equals 2 plus 3. Or we could have just 1 on the inside and 4 on the outside. So 5 can equal 1 plus 4. Can you think of another way we could break 5 into 2 different parts? If you can think of another way, write it right below. Just write it right down here. Like 5 can equal blank plus blank. What do you think? What other way can we use, take 5 and break it into 2 different parts? Okay, if you need another second, you can go ahead and pause the video. But if you're all done, let's check it out. We already did 1 inside and 2 inside. What about 4 inside? And then since we have 4, we can count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I stop because I reached that big total, right? So we have 4 on the inside and 1 on the outside. And that still makes 5. So just remember, all we're doing is you can draw any number that is smaller than the one that they're giving us. You can draw that inside the cave. And whatever you have left, you just kind of count on until you reach that number and stop. Alright, that's it. So I'm going to let you guys try number 2 on your own. So 8. So it says you have 8 penguins in all. So 8 goes first. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. 8. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to try this on your own. Okay, if you need more time, you can pause the video. And if you're all set to go, well, we're going to continue. I'm going to show you guys a really easy way that you can always break any number into 2 parts super, super fast. Especially for the friends that might be finding this pretty difficult, because I know this is kind of a weird idea. So for my friends that are finding this very difficult, I'm going to help you guys out super, super fast. So what we do is we are going to just you can always just put 1 in the cave. Okay? You can just put 1 in the cave. And now we're going to count on all the way to 8. Okay? And we're going to draw circles as we count on. So I'm going to draw this first circle inside, say 1. Now I'm going to draw everything else outside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? I made sure I have a total of 8, and I'm going to stop. How many do I have inside the cave? I have 1. How many outside the cave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So all I did was always put 1 and then just count on outside the cave. And you just count up to that number that they give you, and those will be the 2 parts. Okay, of course there is more than one way. For my friends that are finding this pretty easy, let's go over a couple other ways. My friends that are having a little trouble, just worry about putting 1 in the cave and you put the rest outside the cave, and trust me, it'll be a nice easy way for you to figure that out. If you need some other ways, maybe you just want to check your work, you could always put, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can put 4 inside. And I'm just going to count on 5, 6, 7, and 8. I counted up to 8, so I stop. And then I just look at what I drew on side. I have 4 plus 4. Okay, that's another way. As long as you don't have 8 on one side and nothing on the other side, you'll be okay. Or as long as you don't have 9 total. Man, that would just be a wreck, right? So now let's go to page 14. We're going to do one more practice one together before I have you guys try some completely independent work. Alright everyone, so right now we're on page 15. If you need some extra time just getting on the right page, maybe you're still working on something, that's fine. You can always pause the video. That's why it's here, so you can pause it whenever you need to and go at your own pace. Alright, for my friends that are ready, we're going to continue. Instead of, the last animal we did, I don't know, penguins and whatnot, they're changing it up to bats. But don't let that make you feel like, you have to change what we're doing. We're still going to keep some simple, quick shapes like circles. If you want to do a triangle, that's fine too. Just do whatever is quick and easy for you. So for number 3, they're saying that there are 9 bats in all. That is our big total. So that has to go on the first line. Alright, and don't forget, since this is our big total, what does it have to be next to? A plus sign or an equal sign? An equal sign. Now on your own, I want you to break the number 9 into 2 different parts. I want you to draw some bats in the cave and the rest outside the cave until you total 9. Okay, give it a try on your own, and then we'll go over some answers together. Alright, if you're still working, hit the spacebar, pause the video, go at your own pace. But if not, then, let's continue and check your work. So, for my friends that were having trouble, remember my little trick is to just draw 1 in the cave, and then just draw the rest on the outside. So you have 1, and then you're going to count on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I stop. How many are in the cave? 1. How many are outside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And an 8. And what special sign needs to go between these 2 parts? A plus sign. The 2 parts will always hug the plus sign. Alright, so this is one way to break 9 into 2 different parts. You can just have 1 in the cave and the rest on the outside. That is the easy way, one of the easiest ways you can do this. For my friends that like to challenge themselves, I have a couple friends that like to do that. So let me show you some different ways you can make 9. Still, whatever you draw on the inside, I'm just going to draw, I don't know, 5. Right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to continue to count on until I reach 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. I stop. Okay, and I just look at what I drew. 5 inside the cave. How many on the outside? 4. And you put a plus sign in the middle. That's it. So 5 and 4 is another way to make 9. Okay? So what I would like you guys to do, if you're in my classroom, you're going to try number 4, 5, and 6 completely on your own. Just remember that whatever big number they give you, it's going to be different than before. It's going to be on the first line. Okay? That's the only hint I'm really going to give you. I just know it's very confusing when we see stuff like this, especially just in first grade. But go ahead, try these 3 on your own. Now, if you're not in my classroom, make sure you check with your teacher to make sure that they want you to try these next 3 on your own. They might have something else planned, and I just don't want to, get in the way of their lesson that they, spend a lot of time to plan out for you. So that's it, guys. I hope this video helps. If it doesn't, and you're in the classroom with me, just let me know that you're having some trouble with this, and you might need a little extra help. But if I'm still teaching other friends, make sure that you wait patiently, raise your hand, and I will, of course, come around to you as soon as I can. All right, guys. So have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.